Hi, family. I hope you're doing well. Just want to remind us together. Do you remember that day that you told God that you would do anything for Him? That you would even go to Africa and you would share the gospel? That you would just be on fire for Him all the days of your life because you knew in that moment that He had forgiven you for all of your sins, that He had come into your life and made you a new creation? Do you remember that moment when you said, God, I will go to the ends of the earth, and you were just filled with that fire? I do. And I just want to remind you of that. God is so amazing. He gives us this opportunity to live for Him. You know, life is hard, and there are trials, and there are tribulations, but it's so awesome to know that God says in James chapter 4 that God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Just to encourage you guys and to encourage myself that we would remain humble, that we would seek the face of God, that we would say, God, that you would do your work in my life, because sometimes we can get prideful. Instead of us remembering what we said of we will go to the ends of the earth, and when God is asking us to share the gospel to an unbeliever, to share the gospel to our co-worker, or to not go to that school and to go to this school, or not to do this and to do that, sometimes we can get prideful and we can say, wait, hold on, I kind of know what I have to do, and you kind of do your own will. It's so important, you guys, to remember. I was reminded today the importance of that, of remember that moment when you gave your life to the Lord and when God Himself touched your heart and made you a new creation. You know, we are not the masters of our own lives. God is. So I just want to encourage you with that. To all the people that are watching that are believers, remember the promise. Remember those vows that you gave to the Lord. Remember that fire you had for the Lord. Right now, you might be going through a trial, or right now you might be going through a testing, or right now you might be going through a time when you say, oh man, what do I do in this case? Do I do my will or do I do God's will? Because God's will cost me a lot. Just to remind you, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. May God give you grace during this time, and may you humble yourself upon the Lord. May you bow yourself before the Lord. May I myself bow before the Lord and say, God, not my will, your will be done. It will cost us. You know,